So the upcoming Spider-Man set is not going to have commander decks. That may seem a little bit unusual, and a lot of people are commenting on that, but in today's video, let's discuss why that's likely going to happen and what you actually need to be prepared for with these upcoming sets. The announcement by Wizards of the Coast that Spider-Man is not going to have pre-constructed commander decks seems to have caught a lot of players, off on a loop, and everyone's going first with Final Fantasy. Now Spider-Man, Wizards of the Coast is really changing things up. No, just wait for it. The other shoe is going to drop at some point. We need to be ready for it. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thank you again for hanging out with me on my channel today as we discuss this little bit of news about these pre-constructed commander decks not being included in a standard product that is Universes Beyond Spider-Man. Now, for many of you guys out there, Spider-Man is a big deal. Having Marvel come on board, license its IP to Wizards of the Coast, which, of course, it's kind of funny because Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro license their IPs out all the time now. This is just like a cross-promotional thing. They're going to make a lot of money. And then somewhere down there, Disney is going to brag about how much money they made from Hasbro licensing from them. Just like Hasbro makes comments when they make licensing deals in their quarterly results. It's kind of funny. But anyway, I'm off topic. I'm on a tangent. But it's okay. Because we're here to talk about Spider-Man, not about licensing deals. But they kind of go hand in hand. Wizards of the Coast made this deal to get Marvel on board. They're paying a lot of money. Do you honestly believe, when you sit there and rationalize this out, that Wizards of the Coast is not going to try to maximize the money that they're going to make from this upcoming Spider-Man Marvel crossover with all the Marvel products? It stands to reason from past tense with other IPs that they will try to maximize out that income. It doesn't have to, have to happen all at once. It obviously doesn't. So how are they going to do it? Well, right now you got the announcement that we've only got a Spider-Man kind of, standard set. It's going to be a little bit smaller than normal, which means they're going to make it up somewhere else. Let's just break this down. We have the entire history of Spider-Man available to be put on cards for Magic the Gathering. We got the Spider-Verse movies that did very well. We've got all the different versions of Spider-Man in the last 20 years from Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. We got the Spider-Verse cartoon movie. We got a lot to work with here, don't we? So where does that leave us now looking at this product saying they're not going to make money? Of course Hasbro is. Maybe they're going to do a Sinister Six. And there's going to be a whole bunch of pre-constructed commander decks later down the road as an almost standalone product. They're going to get paid. They're just switching up the playing field. They're making it look different, so when it really is the same, it just comes out looking a little bit different. And of course, you as the player will get the opportunity to engage with these products as you see fit. So when the Spider-Man product comes out, and it's $230, $240 a box, but there's no pre-con decks, you've got to buy those boxes so you have no other option. And then a year from now, we get some cool, awesome collector, kind of awesome commander deck series of Sinister Six, or Venom and Spider-Man, or Venom versus whatever character, Doc Ock, however we want to take it. And yeah, I grew up with the cartoons, the TV shows, and of course all the comic books, so I am looking forward to it. But I understand how they're going to market and how they're going to look at this product and say, how can we maximize? What can we do to switch it up? How can we make it look good without players realizing what we're doing? Like, look over here at the shiny thing and reach over and take your wallet. Thank you! Yes, that's yours now. Oh, those commander decks, they're over there. Because they're going to price those commander decks differently. They're going to put them separately. They're going to put them in some other product, is my opinion, my inclination of how I would do it if I'm trying to maximize money. If I'm trying to get this as a home run hit for my company, to boost market share, to get more players from the comic book era involved in maybe playing Magic the Gathering with these crossover promotional things. Remember, you are trying to get players involved. You are trying to make sure players stay for a certain length of time and always think, nostalgically and positively of their experience with Magic the Gathering. So if they give you enough cool stuff, but they have to charge a lot of money because of the IP rights, they're going to space it out. They're going to do selective things. Secret Lair stuff's going to show up. Some kind of Secret Lair commander deck will show up some point later. 2 of them, where it's like $220 for these 2 amazing commander decks, which will be very unique with the cards from the Spider-Verse. I get it. Lots of options out there. Lots of crazy stuff. I wonder if Tom Holland has signed off on this, right? Makes you wonder if they've all gone all bored out. But either way, it is news to let you know. But you've got to, in my opinion, take a little bit of a cynical take and say, if I sit down and think about this, why would they give up the money? There has to be something else on the other side. There has to be something behind a closed door that we don't see yet. So even if it's not this, I still believe it's going to be something. You guys can put your opinions down. You can put some comments out there and drop some things down there. Because if you let me know in your comment section you got some other kind of hypothesis, hypothesis. Sure, we'll get all like analytical. If you got some ideas of what you think's going down, drop it down there. Let players know. Let's have a conversation. Because I don't think they're here to lose money. I think they've got to make a lot of revenue off of this with each of these Marvel endeavors. So how are they going to do it? How are they going to maximize money? And when your brain starts playing around and tickling the inside with ideas, you'll see how brutal it can be and how quickly it's going to happen. Remember, it moves really fast. And if you don't stop and take a minute, you're going to miss it. And I think a lot of players are just realizing that it looks on the surface to be, oh, this is how it's going to be. No, it's not. I still don't believe that, and you guys can call me crazy. You can say whatever you want in the comment sections. Join that conversation. But in my head, I go, no, they've done this stuff before. They've just turned different pages. They've reconstructed the maze to our wallet, and that's all it is. Still news, just not what people think it's going to be. Now, that also tells us that other upcoming products will probably have a few twists and turns as well. That also means that other Universe Beyond products of the Marvel nature are probably likely to be a little bit more constructed. They have a real game plan involved, and it's all about maximization. I still believe that to be, which means you might have Infinity Gauntlet stuff, you may have all kinds of Ravager stuff, you may have the Guardians of the Galaxy. They might play puns on the movies that have just come up in the last 10 years. They may try to maximize that nostalgic appeal, as well as get new kids and older kids, and all of us adults involved. Be ready for it. It's coming down the pipeline. That's all I've got for you today. I just looked at this and I saw all these people talking about it. I said, this isn't that big of a deal. This is just a different maze construction, and we've got to be ready for it. So you can really pick and choose which ones are most important, and don't FOMO event into one to find out you missed out on something other. You've only got one wallet to go with, and you better space it out and be prepared for the unexpected. Guys, thanks a lot for hanging out. Thanks for being here with the Moxman. Guys, I look forward to seeing your comments in the comment section. Don't forget, we have the Saturday Top 10, the hottest selling cards in Magic the Gathering this week. And, of course, we also have the Reserve List Top 10 that comes on Sunday. Looking forward to seeing you guys there. There's some pretty amazing sales going on. I can't wait to talk about it. Guys, have a great one. We'll see you soon. What are we doing here? This is the end of the video? These are all the people? These are the people. These are the supporters. Oh! I get it. I've done this before. Welcome back. This is MTG. Wait, no, that's not it. I don't see MTG Moxman at this point. Welcome back to the Nacho Cheese universe. Bring a friend to Magic? No, that's not it. Oh, wait. This is the patrons. The ones who actually allow these videos to happen. It's the YouTube membership members. Thanks, guys. Well, welcome back. We're here to the Ramble Jamble. You're here with MTG Moxman. You made it this far? You got past the door, man? Wow. Now, you must have tipped him off, huh? Today was voting day in Canada. It's all right. I don't mind. I'm glad you're hanging out here. You didn't make it to the end. Respect. Up and I had I have to back to work later tonight. So unfortunately, I'm really surprised I don't get as much time to put this together. By the level of interest right now in reserve list cards. Because I'm not hearing chatter from the store level other than to say we have a wish list of people looking for cards, but nobody's turning anything in. It's interesting to see how many of these cards are probably being held in private collections right now. 2 hours and the fact that stores, when they depleted their reserves of reserve list cards, like everything they had in stock kind of left, they haven't been able to restock as easily as in the past. And because there's no major upturn of interest in the overall market news about reserve list, we're not seeing or hearing a lot about this, but the sales kind of stand as they are. There's a lot of mid-tier reserve list cards that have a lot of playability that are moving in the market right now, and a lot of fun cards like Misfortune that are still having buyouts. Now, if I was a bet man, now let's get back to Spiderman. I wonder how many copies in the next few weeks will sell cards like Lodestone Bob, Zero Casting Cost Artifacts, Delph's Cones, stuff like that, just because of what people may be building when they look at, Mox Opal with Mox Jasper. All those little things cause these triggering events, and they see a cheap card, so people speculate on them and start buying them up. Not something I recommend right now. These cards don't warrant that kind of attention, but it is one of those things you're like, yeah, I've seen this cycle enough times to see what people are going to do. There's not much you can do about it. Interesting stuff. I mean, it's Spider-Man.
To close things
going
out
to
here,
buy
at the
it.
end of the ramble and the jamble, I
They
gotta
win.
be honest. The fact
I
I'm not
lose.
seeing
Certain
any
things just
heavy
get into my
power
wall.
cards
I'm
move
looking at you, evil
doesn't
dead army of
surprise me.
darkness.
But the
Oh!
number of
Some
mid-tier,
things you just can't be helped.
the cards like Time Spiral, the cards like Academy
A new
Rector,
Sarah,
Replenish,
type planeswalker. Give me a new
these cards moving in the volumes we're seeing gives me kind of hope.
Ramble jamble.